Welcome to this Lent Reflection number 7 from Hazel Whitehead's book, God in Lockdown. And we're on a chapter entitled Entering the Holy of Holies. Well, you're definitely not in the Holy of Holies here. And I remember there was quite a lot of chat in the first lockdown when the Archbishop of Canterbury celebrated Eucharist from his kitchen. And only in clergy worlds could you argue about whether that was a good thing or a bad thing. It struck me that it was wonderful to see Justin Welby at his kitchen table celebrating the Eucharist. After all, as far as I'm concerned, what did Jesus do? He broke bread and wine with his friends around a kitchen table. And before I talk about my own little Holy of Holies, my home, I want to say how much I miss. And I don't want to belittle at all. I really miss baking the bread ready for Eucharist the night before on a Saturday. I miss breaking it and sharing it with you. And I miss having a big chalice of wine to share. I really miss the physicality of that. And we will do it together one day. But we've had to learn new things and we've had to develop new ways. And I've created here the space that I do all my Zoom services from. And reading her chapter made me think, well, what did I do? And I thought I'd share with you. So what I did was, you will often see me here with a screen behind. But actually this is an old bedroom. Ro, who's 23, this is their bedroom. And you can see, even as an adult, they had Moomintroll on the walls behind, so you can see the pictures there and on the side here. But tucked into this corner is a desk, a bureau that I inherited from my mother, and it has a wonderful story, and it's become my place of work, but also my place of worship. And this bureau, which I'm going to show to you now, I hope I can, I'm not very good at reversing the camera. So there you can see it's got an up bit, and there you can see also, I hope, on the wall, there's a carved apple. So these are things from my family. I have to do that. There we go. Carved apple there. And the bureau, and then the desk, which this was made for my mother by her godmother. Her godmother was a cabinet maker, and it sat here for ages not being used. And so when I started to use it, I found all sorts of her bits and bobs in the drawers and things with her handwriting on, and I just hadn't really used it since we moved it into this space. And as you can see, I brought my cross from Iona, and I have a candle that I light, my book stand, and all my torn up bits of paper for writing notes on. And if we turn, you can see my singing bowl and two more things from Iona, my two pebbles from Iona. I brought them down from the bedroom and put them there. So I created my own little space. A bit messy, but I also discovered new things about sitting at my mother's desk after all these years and thinking of her. And I've created this space, and I hope that you have managed to create in your home little spaces where you sit when you join in with prayers. For a lot of people, that's the side of the bed, isn't it? But we can make places holy. And the wonderful thing about Jesus Christ is that he came into the world, and all of a sudden, through his ministry and through his death on the cross and through his storytelling and his prayers, he taught us that we don't need special places and special things to access God, that we can access God in the very fabric of our lives. We don't need to make sacrifices. We might find it helpful, as I do, to light a candle. We might find it helpful, as I do, to have a cross to remind myself, and we might find music helpful. I find my singing bowl, which I'll use at the end, helpful. But essentially, wherever we are, we can worship. And we have to find ways of drawing ourselves together. So the Archbishop of Canterbury in his kitchen invited us in on this weird Zoom world that we now live in. And I invite people in, and I go into their houses and we share a space. And it has become a way of sharing. It's not the same as being in the churchyard or being in the church, but it is different, and it has worked for, I hope, a lot of you, and I've been profoundly moved by all of that. And so I looked to a woman's blessing of a home, and I remembered a prayer, the poem Prayer by Carol Ann Duffy. You might want to look that up. She speaks of prayer as someone is washing up. And so I wanted to share with you a blessing by Ruth Burgess, who spent some time with the Iona community and wrote blessings for all sorts of places. And I hope that you can take this blessing with you into your day and into the places in your home where you may find yourself praying. Blessing for a home. I've come to know a place I can call home. It walls me gently round. It gives me space. It offers me stillness. It contains my fears. It roots me safely under, gifts me grace. It is both books and art, colour and light. It shelves and stacks me, my life storage space. It's work and love and dust and green growing things. It's so full of me and all I am. I've come to know a home, a sacred space. May your sacred space, your home, be a shelter of strength for you. May it be a safe space to ask questions of yourself and the world. May it be a place like a smooth stone of stillness for you. May it be a place that can give you a hug in the darkness. May your home be filled with God. And with the sound of my singing bell, I shall close.